WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Time now for a look at the wide world of sports here on the Big 1400 WJZM.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition.
With us in sports, I'm Patrick Foss. Cleveland Cavaliers star LeBron James was ejected for the first time in his 15-year career during last night's 108-97 win over Miami, but the Cavs were able to push their winning streak to 9 straight. James delivered 21 points before he was hit with a pair of technicals and tossed from the game with a minute 59 left in the third quarter. James says he received his technicals and ejection after the official missed a foul call.
That particular play, I got fouled all the way up the court. From the time that I stripped him all the way till I got to the rim. And, so that's what it was about. And I said what I had to say, and I moved on, but he decided I should get 2 of them.
Otto Porter's go-ahead 22-footer with 25 seconds left gave Washington a 92-89 win over Minnesota. Phoenix beat Chicago 104-99. The Bulls have a 6-game losing streak and a league-worst 3-16 record. Utah beat Denver 106-77. Milwaukee led by as many as 36 points. In ducking Sacramento 112-87. This is SRN Sports. In top 25 hoops, second-ranked Kansas has continued its best start in 7 seasons. They're 6-0 after beating Toledo 96-58. 8th-ranked Wichita State blew out Savannah State 112-66. It was number 21 Xavier 76, 16th-ranked Baylor 63. The Musketeers opened a 21-8 lead, bounced back from their only loss of the season, and handed the Bears their first setback. Purdue beat 17th-ranked Louisville 66-57 in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. And the NHL League points leader Tampa Bay blanked Buffalo 2-0. It was the New York Islanders 5-2 over Vancouver. Canucks center Bo Horvat, who scored a goal, says half the team took the night off.
We can't have half the team going. We can't have just some guys playing well every night.
Nashville was a 3-2 winner over Chicago. Columbus, a shootout winner over Carolina 3-2. Florida 5, the New York Rangers 4. San Jose 3-1 over Philadelphia. The LA Kings iced Detroit 4-1. Edmonton went to overtime to beat Arizona 3-2. It was Toronto 4, Calgary 1, Dallas 3-0 over Vegas. With SRN Sports, I'm Patrick Foss.
Listen to Clarksville's greatest hits anytime online at WJZM1400.com. This is the Big 1400 WJZM.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Good morning. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. With its latest missile launch, North Korea claims it now has a nuclear-capable ICBM that can reach the continental U.S., and President Trump is vowing to deal with that threat.
A couple of hours after North Korea's ballistic missile launch, the president said the U.S. is prepared to take care of the situation.
It is a situation that we will handle.
President Trump offered no details on how the U.S. would respond, only saying the latest launch does not change his administration's approach to confronting North Korea's nuclear and missile program. Secretary of State Tillerson issued a statement saying diplomatic options remain viable and open for now. Greg Clugston, the White House.
South Korea responded to the North's missile launch by firing off several missiles of its own, and Pyongyang's closest ally is speaking out.
The Chinese government has said it has grave concerns following this most recent ballistic missile test from North Korea and called on North Korea to stop taking these actions, which are destabilizing the region.
That's the BBC's Stephen McDonnell. The UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting later in the day. Next up for the Republican tax plan is the full Senate now that a key committee has signed off on the bill. Also at SRNnews.com, rocked by allegations of sexual misconduct, the House moving ahead on legislation to require anti-sexual harassment training for all lawmakers and their staff members.
The vote comes amid a wave of accusations against lawmakers that thrust the issue of gender hostility and discrimination on Capitol Hill squarely into the spotlight. It has also prompted calls for the embattled lawmakers to step down.
That's correspondent Shirley Smith. Checking Wall Street now, stock futures higher, Dow futures up 74 points, NASDAQ futures ahead 7. This is SRN News. A Christian ministry is helping the Rohingya.
Myanmar's small Muslim population has been in the spotlight for weeks as it flees persecution. Now Samaritan's Purse, the charity founded by Franklin Graham, has set up shop in neighboring Bangladesh to help the refugees. Food, water, tarps, and other needed supplies are being moved into the Rohingya camps, and medical services are being offered as well. Samaritan's Purse hopes the outreach will eventually provide openings for the gospel. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
Christmas has returned to the White House Christmas card. President Trump unveiling the first card of his administration, and it wishes Americans a Merry Christmas. President Obama favored phrases such as Happy Holidays or Season's Greetings on the White House Christmas cards featured during his 8 years in office. The 2017 card bears the signatures of the President, the First Lady, and their 11-year-old son, Barron. This is SRN News. The Supreme Court is silent, at least so far, in a dispute over a controversial Mississippi religious law.
Homosexual groups had Tuesday in written arguments to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Mississippi law unconstitutionally endorses specific religious beliefs that could lead to discrimination. The law, which took effect October the 10th, protects 3 beliefs: that marriage is only between a man and a woman, sex should only take place in such a marriage, and that a person's gender is determined at birth and cannot be altered. The state wrote in arguments to the High Court November 13th that the law protects people from being penalized for refusing to participate in activities they consider immoral, such as so-called same-sex marriage. Patrick Frost reporting.
Ex-White House strategist Steve Bannon will be making a strong show of support for Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. Bannon telling CNN that he'll be campaigning for the embattled Republican at an Alabama rally next week. There's a special election scheduled for December 12th. More details at SRNnews.com.
Jackson's Body Shop downtown. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. It's your car, it's your voice. Jackson's Body Shop, the best choice. Dents, dings, major body repair. A free loaner car, 'cause we really care. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. Call 647-6989 or Jackson's.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Clarksville area weather, partly sunny, mild today. 68 for a high, 49 for an overnight low with clouds moving into our area. For Thursday, mostly cloudy, a couple of showers, high of 63. Currently, we're at 36 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county is moving along for this Wednesday morning. Looks like traffic is a little heavy on Fort Campbell. 41A out at Fort Campbell in a couple of spots. 79 out in Woodlawn slow. New Providence Boulevard slow. 48 and 13 if you're making your way into the city from the county. Very slow in a couple of spots, especially out by Montgomery Central. 41A Sango, not bad at the moment. Looks like Rossview Road very busy. The MLK 76 connector is not too bad at the moment. And 79 St. Bethlehem, busy in a couple of spots. And Trenton Road, Tylertown Road, and the 101st Parkway, all very busy at the moment. Now, if you're headed to Nashville this morning, traffic does look pretty good all the way into the Music City. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Good morning. We've been fortunate so far to only have a couple of minor accidents as traffic builds out here where you pretty much would expect this time of the morning. Coming inbound there on Lemon and Pike down the interstate there out of Wilson County, and 24 starting to bunch up at times there up through the Hickory Hollow area out of Rutherford County. Now for a limited time, switch to Cricket. Get a free phone, car charger, earpiece. Go by the Cricket Wireless store today at 904 Murfreesboro Pike. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news all on the Big 1400 WJZM 707. Wednesday, today is the 29th day of November. This is the Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels. It is the Wednesday edition. That means that it is a Governor Wednesday, and that means that we got company coming. Join us during the 8 o'clock hour. We'll have Bill Persinger from Austin Peay State University, as well as Dr. Chad Brooks, who's the interim dean, College of Graduate Studies, and interim associate provost of research.
He sounds important.
All those titles.
I know.
But, yeah, you know. But you know,
be like a principal.
Well, but you know what?
School.
You know, I think that
be on our best behavior.
Yeah, we need to be on our best behavior. But when you sound important and you have something to balance it out and keep you humble, he is also a national paintball champion.
I mean, that's great.
He takes out his inner aggressions with paintball.
I guess so.
Have you ever played paintball?
No.
Yeah. You know, some people, yes.
You have?
Yes.
Do you like it?
No.
Oh.
Because the people I play with, my relatives, can be very aggressive, you know.
And they want to hurt you?
Yeah, they want to hurt you, and they want to get up in your face, and, it's not fun. You know, they want to just, really take out all their inner aggressions on you. But anyway, it is a Governor Wednesday, so we're looking forward to having guests from Austin Peay State University. I hope your Wednesday is going well. Matt Lauer, gone. See you.
Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, Mr. Cheerios. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you everything is fine? It's fine. Morning, Mr. Shoe Shine on bright and white and tan. My baby says she loves me and
1400 WJZM Radio, 36 degrees, expecting a high today of 68, unseasonably warm. We're supposed to, our normal temperatures will be right around 50 in the mid-50s, so we're about 13 or 14 degrees higher.
Not too bad.
Warmer. But anyway, we'll take it. On the way this hour, a Sports Now update with Justin Swallows at 7:20, brought to you by Fox's Barbecue. Musically, we got some Commodores, Aretha Franklin, and the Beatles on the way.
The Beatles?
The Beatles on the way. But first...
what do we got to do first?
Birthdays.
It's your birthday today.
Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is 29 years old. Lucas Black is 35. He is LaSalle on NCIS New Orleans. You remember, he came to Clarksville. He has a friend in Clarksville, and he played golf here in Clarksville. I remember a couple of years ago. But he came.
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, and he was in, wasn't he in Sling Blade?
He may have been.
Yeah.
I don't
but anyway, I like him. Lauren Germain is 39. She is the homicide detective on Lucifer. Anna Faris is on Mom with Allison Janney. She's 41. Chadwick Boseman is 41. He was Black Panther in Captain America Civil War, and he will be in Black Panther, which will be in theaters in February. He also was James Brown in Get On Up, and Jackie Robinson in 42. Did you see those buyouts, of James Brown?
No,
I like the Jackie Robinson better than I did James Brown.
No, I have not.
James Brown just kind of left you like, oh man, was he really that crazy? Don Cheadle is 53. Love Don Cheadle. Yeah. Love Don Cheadle. And I still think they need to do one more Ocean's 11 movie. And then, you know what they need to entitle it? What? Oceans Forever.
Oceans Forever.
Yeah. I love that. I love that, with
I've only seen
Matt
the old
Damon and George Clooney and Brad Pitt. No, I love
I've only
those.
seen the old ones.
Oh, with Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah,
and
the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
But I have not seen the new ones.
I like
but you
it.
recommend them if I get
do,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
You like them. Yeah. Andrew McCarthy is 55. Remember Andrew McCarthy?
Yeah.
I always thought one of my favorite movies that I say it's one of my favorite movies, but I always liked it, but I don't like to watch it. Less Than Zero. Remember that movie? With James Spader, Andrew McCarthy? Yeah. That was serious. That was a serious, but he was great in that. Tom Sizemore is 56. Let's see. Rahm Emanuel, he's the mayor of Chicago. He's 58.
58.
Howie Mandel is 62 from America's Got Talent.
Mr. Germaphone.
Yeah, he is. He is, with the rubber gloves and everything. Joel Cohen is 63. He's one half of the Cohen brothers. And his brother's name is Ethan. Remember, they wrote and directed Fargo.
Yep.
As well as Raising Arizona.
Yep.
And Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Didn't watch it.
Yep. You didn't watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
No. That does not, I don't know, it just does not appeal to me at all.
Well,
if I want to see something like that, I'll just go over to East Tennessee and walk around.
No.
I'll just go to the mountains.
Well, you just have this angst against movies that don't have subtitles with them for some reason. These movies that aren't translated into English with subtitles. Anyway, you didn't.
To each his own. If you like it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock you down. But
Okay.
I just wouldn't. It's not my cup of tea.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Now here, watch him get excited. Jerry the King Lawler. Who is he?
He's a. Wait a minute, let me see. He's a wrestler from Tennessee.
He's 68.
68.
Yeah.
Had a heart attack live on the air.
Yep. He's working back with WWE. Chuck Mangione is 77. Yeah,
Thanks.
he's on. And Vin Scully, Hall of Fame Dodgers sportscaster.
91.
He is 90. Very good. You were close. 26 days until Christmas. 32 days until New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
16 days till Star Wars.
Yeah.
79 days till Black Panther. We told you about that coming out. And 156 days till Avengers Infinity War.
And less than 100 days till daylight savings time comes back again.
And the first day of the Today Show without Matt Lauer.
Yeah, we should have been watching. That was probably awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure it is awkward. For those of you who don't know, NBC has
Wonder if they had time to change the cue sheets.
I don't know. I don't know how that'll go.
And now here's Matt. Here's somebody.
They are getting ready for the Winter Olympics, but NBC has fired Matt Lauer. That's unfortunate.
They all have that touchy-feely disease.
Well, but the thing is, NBC acted, proactively. Hey, we're going to get ahead of this. We're not going to let it drag out. We're not going to, we're just going to boom, boom. But it was so quick, overnight.
They didn't give him a chance. They just said,
I don't know.
You're done.
I don't know.
Sorry.
But anyway.
It is hard to believe.
Yeah. I mean, what? Boy. You think, what is television coming to?
Well, today, it's not just television. I mean, you think about everything in the entertainment industry.
I don't touch radio, do they?
I don't know.
Matt Lauer's gone from the Today Show, and I'm not going to say anything about those two people that get in a divorce. I'm not. At least I'm not. I'm not going to say anything about those people getting a divorce.
No.
From HGTV.
No.
We're not going to say.
We're not going to bring them up.
Who is it?
Never mind. We're not going to talk about them. I saw an National Enquirer had a front page article.
I'm not going to go there because I'll get in trouble.
Okay.
Okay. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. It is the Wednesday edition with Chuck and John.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Let's quiet down and try to be mature, okay? We never
1400 WJZM Radio, Chuck and John for the Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. 37 degrees, 68 for an expected high, 49 overnight. Chance of rain tomorrow, 63 for an expected high.
Not big, though,
but then we dry out by Friday, and we're back up to nice 59 for a high. A little cooler with mostly sunny skies. Right now we're at 37 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Back in the day, 127 years ago in 1890, the first Army-Navy football game was played at West Point. Navy defeated Army by a score of 24-0. 65 years ago in 1952, Jimmy Boyd entered the top 40 with the big hit, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. 58 years ago in 1959, the Grammys were shown on television for the first time. Bobby Darin won Best New Artist and Record of the Year for Mac the Knife. You're exactly right. And 31 years ago in 1986, Cary Grant died of a stroke in Davenport, Iowa. So there you have.
I'm still stuck on that. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. That's not very PC today.
Why?
Because it could be different. Never mind. This is a kid's show. I'm not going to say it.
I don't know where you're going with this, John.
You probably don't want to know.
Oh, well, evidently
Just
then.
think about today's worldviews.
Our culture.
Yeah.
And the world of
It might not be mommy,
sexual harassment.
It might not be Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Who would it be? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah, Rudolph. Not really.
Okay.
I'm going to drop it.
Well, what about
it?
so you're saying we could see Daddy kissing Santa Claus?
You said it, not me. There you go. Now you're on track.
Well, Santa Claus could be a woman.
Well, I guess so.
There are multiple.
We've got kids.
I beg your pardon?
We have kids listening this
That's
morning.
right. That's right. Good morning, children.
We can't. Just can't go there.
Well, you know, we
said
just
it, not me.
Santa Claus. As long as we keep Santa Claus in the loop.
That's right.
And we remain gender friendly.
That's
with
right.
Santa Claus. Okay.
I don't want to make sure and get that note that I've been bad this year.
Why? Now you don't play any Christmas music. You don't decorate for Christmas, and now you're worried. Now you're worried about a note. You're worried about that note. You've been naughty.
That's right.
Is
Not
that
nice.
right?
See, and I was trying to be nice.
So you just talk the talk, but when it comes to walking it, get closer to Christmas, and you're trying to butter up.
That's right.
To jolly old St. Nick.
That's right. I'd like to have more than a half a ham this year.
I don't know if that's going to happen. Time now for a Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Fox's Barbecue on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Fox's Barbecue. They're serving slow-smoked premium meats at 521 Heritage Point Drive.
Well, it is back to the drawing board today for the University of Tennessee after a failed attempt to fill their college football vacancy with Oklahoma State's Mike Gundy. According to college football insider Brett McMurphy, the Vols offered Gundy a 6-year, $42 million contract yesterday, only to be told the longtime Cowboy has chosen to stick with his alma mater. Other candidates still being publicly vetted for the UT job are USC offensive coordinator T. Martin, Auburn defensive coordinator Kevin Steele, and Southern Methodist head coach Chad Morris. That's right, UT football can't seem to make an attractive offer to any of America's high-profile college coaches, but yet they've gotten approval to spend $106 million on phase 1 of an extensive renovation for Neyland Stadium. Yesterday, amidst the backdrop of being turned down by yet another qualified head football coach, the school announced that they have chosen Cope Architecture to begin the design phase of the reno project, which will include expansion in the South Concourse area, new entry plazas in both the southeast and southwest corners of the stadium, a full-service catering kitchen, open-air suites, and a field-level hospitality area. The actual construction for this project will begin in the summer of 2018. Lastly, today we bring you good news out of Nashville, where the Predators took down the Chicago Blackhawks last night 3-2. Defenseman Roman Josi scored the game-winning goal on the power play to give Nashville their second victory in 3 tries twice this season against their division rivals. The Preds have now taken home points in 11 of their last 12 contests as they get set to host Vancouver tomorrow night. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Voted the #1 veteran-owned barbecue restaurant in America, Fox's Barbecue is proud to serve the greater Clarksville community. They host the weekly Blues and Barbecue concert every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. Whether you're hungry for chicken, ribs, pulled pork, or brisket, Fox's Barbecue is the right choice. They offer all-you-can-eat selections every Wednesday and Thursday night, as well as catering and delivery. Call them to cater your next event at 931-896-2678. Or better yet, go see them at 521 Heritage Point Drive, just off from Tiny Town Road.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we will do a Sports Now update all over again during the 8 o'clock hour, 8:20 to be exact. Brought to you by Mr. Appliance on the Big 1400. WJZM Radio, Chuck and John on the Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Right now, we are at 37 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We're talking about Matt Lauer being given the axe at the Today Show. CBS has canceled the Jeremy Piven show, Wisdom of the Crowd, in light of the sexual misconduct allegations against him. Also, the fact that you've never heard of the show. A lot of people, you know.
I've seen the ads
promoted
for
it so much, but now, yeah, they've
I heard
canceled
it was pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I never
Had
watched
a couple
it.
of people tell me it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I heard it anyway. So you probably have heard that having a symmetrical face or the right hip-to-waist ratio can make you more attractive. But here are 4 weird things that can also affect how attracted you are to someone.
Yes.
Number 1, how old your parents were when they had you. If they were over 30, you're less likely to be drawn to someone with a, quote, young face. For women, it applies for both parents. If you're a guy, only your mom's age matters. How weird is that?
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't
Being a
believe in
bad
that.
speller. It comes into play a lot more now because of, what? Online dating, texting, emails. In a survey last year, 72% of people said that if someone couldn't pass a 5th grade spelling bee, it might be a deal breaker.
Oh.
Yeah, they couldn't pass a 5th grade spelling bee. Yeah, stay away from them.
How do you spell one?
Yeah, right. Red clothing. A study in 2010 found women are more attractive to guys in red because they're perceived as being more powerful. And red ties.
Red ties.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of people in Washington, you know, got this thing about red ties.
Wow.
It is a power color. A bunch of research has shown that men like red, too. One study found that guys sat closer to women who wore red than women who wore blue. And number 4, if you're a guy, how hungry you are can matter. A 2010 study found that when guys were hungry, they were attracted to curvier women. That's a good way to curvier women.
Because you're hungry?
Yeah, but it was temporary and didn't apply once they had eaten something, you know. If people will sit around and
decide all this stuff.
Yeah, they come together.
They have too much time on their hands.
Too
is
much
what I think.
time on their hands, and they spending somebody's money.
Yeah.
And it's usually,
let's study this.
My money and your money.
Yeah, it's usually the GOV that's funding this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you know, I mean, these people come and they say, well, we want to do a statistical survey on what makes people attractive to one another. Our research has shown that, you know, if you wear red, then I want to sit closer to you.
I hardly ever wear anything red. I have one red shirt, I think, besides my Austin Peay stuff. That's red, but I mean, other than that, I only have one red shirt.
I have some red things.
Do you?
But I don't, I mean, you know, my couture picks out what I wear every day.
Oh, I see.
So,
mine doesn't for me.
Roxy's colorblind. Roxy the ferret is colorblind. That's why she doesn't pick out what you wear. The big 1400.
Only if it's a treat.
Yeah, and you give her a treat.
You hand it back.
That's right.
I picked this out. You hand it back.
The big 1400. We need to take a break. We'll be right back.
Clarksville's original, the big 1400 WJZM.
Are you stressed out about a receding hairline or tired of daily watching handfuls of hair float down the drain? Eliminate hair loss and grow new hair with the all-new Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Restoration Tonic. Over-the-counter shampoos are damaging your scalp and causing hair loss with harsh detergents. Vermax offers natural, botanically based solutions to clean your scalp, prevent hair loss, open up pores, and reestablish hair follicles. Don't be bald. Call Vermax today at 866-620-6000 to get that lush, healthy head of hair you've always wanted. Eliminate hair loss with Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Loss Restoration Tonic. Call Vermax today at 866-620-6000. Call 866-620-6000 now.
How did you sleep last night? Did you wake up sore or worse yet, still feeling tired? Say goodbye to that constant state of drowsiness with one quick trip to Beds Express. They're fighting sleepless nights one bed at a time, and they're doing so with a trusted staff of comfort experts trained to get you a good night's rest at an affordable price. Go see them at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville, 7643 Highway 70 South in Bellevue, or at 2222 Medical Center Parkway in Murfreesboro. Visit Beds Express today and sleep well tonight.
The big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
Queen City Disposal is your locally owned and operated refuse company, offering nearly 4 decades of quality service to the residential communities of Clarksville. They also offer commercial business services in Montgomery, Houston, Stewart, Dixon, Robertson, and Cheatham counties. Queen City Disposal is clean and green certified. At Queen City Disposal, they focus on personal customer service. You'll never be lost in the corporate jungle. Call Queen City Disposal today at 931-896-1500. That's 931-896-1500 and online at queencitydisposal.com. Looking for a new golf experience? Tired of playing the same old courses? Try Clarksville's newest golf course, the River Club Golf and Learning Center, located along the Red River. The picturesque River Club offers some of the area's best golf, putting greens, and driving ranges. And while you're there, stop by and have lunch in the clubhouse or enjoy some live music in the evenings. It's open to the public and waiting for you. The River Club Golf and Learning Center, Clarksville's premier golf experience. Call the River Club of Clarksville today for more information. 931-919-3200. The River Club of Clarksville.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville, Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office Office Supply headquarters.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Just a quick note, Burger King, you remember we told you about them selling mac and Cheetos, cheese sticks earlier this year?
Yeah,
well, now they're upping their game with a flaming hot version of mac and cheese Cheeto cheese sticks. That's at Burger King. So, you know.
When does that start?
I don't know, but they've got the mac and cheese Cheetos cheese sticks, so I guess the flaming hot version, you know, will probably start soon, if not already, in some Burger King.
Flaming hot.
There's a new survey, and it found that companies that give out Christmas gifts to employees will spend an average of $79 per gift this year.
Oh, that's better than a half a ham. That's about a whole ham.
Two of the most popular presents are gift cards and
half a ham.
No, clothing with the company logo on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'll take that.
Yeah,
he'd give you a nice jacket.
Yeah, like
you know, like we used to have
like
back
those
in the
members
day.
on, yeah.
A nice jacket.
So we need to drop a hint to MP Media.
Yeah, we could have. He could have a local store, put them together.
Yeah.
Breathe. I mean, did I say that? No. Don't you think they can do that?
Yeah. Oh.
Have it monogrammed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with your name and. Ooh.
Hey, you're part of the power structure here.
No, I'm not.
Bring that to the table next time you all are talking.
I'm part of the power struggle.
No, you're part of the power structure. So bring that to the table next time you all get together to talk.
I'm just a peon.
No, when they ask you, said, "Well, John, what do you think?" Then you tell them.
I don't know. It's whatever y'all want.
No, don't do that, John.
Yeah, that's what I say.
No, don't do that. Come on.
I'm good with whatever
We need to have some walking billboards for the Big 1400, right?
Walking billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. We're at 37 degrees, expecting a high of 68 before it's all said and done today. So another great day to get out and enjoy the sunshine if you have any outside activities planned. Redbox was founded in 2002, and it's celebrating its 15th year. They just put out a list of the 15 most rented movies in history. Some of them, for some reason, a lot of them came out between 2010 and 2014.
You think people still use those?
Yeah. I see people all the time going to that. I've
Just
never
with all
used
the streaming that goes on, but I guess people
I don't
still...
know. You know, some people just get in the habit. Isn't it $1 or something?
I don't know. I've never... That's another thing. I have never used a red box.
Okay, the top 10. Number 10, The Wolf of Wall Street. Have you ever seen that?
No.
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
Okay. It came out in 2013. That's okay, John. Don't worry. Just Go With It. I know you've never seen that.
No.
2011. Grown Ups in 2010. Never seen that. Flight with Denzel Washington. Flight.
Oh, yeah.
That came out in 2012.
Yeah, I did see that.
The Heat came out in 2013. We're the Millers. That was a 2013 movie. Now, the fourth most rented movie, The Avengers in 2012. Have you ever seen, you didn't see the remake of that? Yeah.
The remake of The Avengers, the TV show?
Yeah.
No, I stayed away from it, like the plague.
Identity Thief, which came out in 2013. 21 Jump Street is at number 2.
Didn't watch
most
that.
rented movie. And the number 1 most rented movie, The Hunger Games, which came out in 2012.
Unfortunately, I have seen that one.
The Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I guess it was okay. I carried children to go see it. So.
Oh, okay. So you were forced. You didn't.
I was forced to go.
You didn't go on your own.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was forced.
Oh, okay. But did you enjoy it?
I don't know. I don't remember a lot about it. I probably was playing on my phone or...
No, you got lost because it didn't have any subtitles.
Well, it had... the only thing I can remember, Donald Sutherland was in it, I think.
Yes, he was.
Well, he was?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't dream that?
No, you didn't dream
really
that.
Was in there.
It wasn't an illusion.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, well, good. I'm glad. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Here comes my baby. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck and John. Good morning, Clarksville. It is a Governor Wednesday, so we've got Governor guest today from Austin Peay State University. Bill Persinger, Director of Marketing, is coming, and along with Dr. Chad Brooks, who is a paintball whiz. He is the Dean Emeritus of Paintballing at Austin Peay State University.
He wants you to come and play a game with him.
Negative ghostwriter.
No?
He does not want me.
I mean, if he offered, you would tell him no?
You know, we were talking about Jimmy Boyd's and I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And that was, All I Want for Christmas Is You is a Christmas song you're most likely to hear on the radio.
I heard that this morning.
The least likely song is I Saw Mommy Being Forcibly Kissed by Al Franken dressed as Santa Claus. Is that cold?
Fish lips. That's what that girl said. He was like fish lips.
That is crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, fish lips.
I need to bring this up and clear this up because I remember last month, you know, there was a big brouhaha.
Yeah.
Because people were outraged about Google's cheeseburger emoji. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Because they had the cheese on it. They were upset because the cheese was under the patty instead of on top of it. And, you know, it's just people got too much time on their hands, you know.
That emoji
got
the cheese
because
in the wrong
cheese
place.
was under the patty. Anyway, I'm happy to tell you that you can now stop losing sleep over Google's cheese positioning.
Corrected it?
Go back to losing sleep over the billion other things that are wrong in the world.
Yeah.
Google has just fixed the emoji, so the next time your phone updates its Android operating system, the cheese will be on top.
It's just for Androids.
I'm so glad of that.
What about my iPhone?
Oh, don't worry about your iPhone.
So I still have the emoji with cheese on the bottom?
Don't worry about your iPhone. Don't worry about North Korea shooting missiles. Don't worry about who's on the Time cover of the magazine.
But that'll be bigly. If they fix it on my phone, I need them to change it.
Wait for the update. I don't know if they update iPhone 3s.
Don't make fun of my iPhone.
I don't know.
3.
We need to take a break. It's time now for the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400.
Tennessee returns home to face Mercer. This is the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. After a successful trip to the Bahamas, the Vol basketball team returns to Thompson-Bolding Arena Wednesday night to face Mercer. Tennessee beat Purdue and NC State and lost to Villanova in the Bahamas. Coach Rick Barnes said the team showed improvement in those games, but the Vols have to continue to get better, and that has to be done in practice.
We're not going to be the team we want to be until we become an elite practice team and understand how we've got to go out every day this time of year. It's not about being on the court for a long time, but it's being there mentally. We've got to have that. We're not at that point yet.
Mercer will be a test for Tennessee. The Bears have made it to postseason 4 the last 5 years. Coach Barnes said Tennessee better be ready to play Wednesday night.
Mercer's going to come in here with attitude that we had when we went to play Purdue and those teams. We've got to be ready to play. We've got to show maturity. We've got to show the fact that we understand what it takes to be able to play every single night. We're still in November and heading into December. There's a lot of basketball left to play, but I don't think this month will define any particular team unless they're willing to continue to get better.
Mercer leads the all-time series with Tennessee 4-3. Tip-off time for Tennessee and Mercer, 7 p.m. Wednesday. In towns across Big Orange Country, there's nothing more special than families coming together during the holiday season. Whether that involves exchanging gifts, working cattle, or hunting, you can rely on your locally owned Farmers Co-op to have the products you need. And now through the end of the year, stop by participating co-op locations for great savings on essentials for the farm, home, and outdoors. Visit ourcoop.com/savings to learn more about holiday savings worth sharing. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. Lady Vol Renaya Davis has been named the SEC Freshman of the Week. She averaged 12 points and 8 rebounds in the 3 games Tennessee played in the Cancun Challenge last week. Lady Vol's now 6-0 and plays Central Arkansas Thursday night. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Copies in a Flash is your one-stop copy design and print supercenter. If you're looking for letterheads, carbonless forms, envelopes, address labels, or anything to do with print, your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Stop in and see Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville and see how they can help you on your next project. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. Visit Copies in a Flash and see all of their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. That's copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash is proud to support our community and say go Big Orange.
Today's show is brought to you by the big After Black Friday and After Cyber Monday sales. Or their better title, the Stuff No One Bought is Even Cheaper sale.
big 1400 WJZM radio, just a few minutes in front of 8 o'clock. Of course, after 8, we've got the governor gang with us.
Hello, Governor.
Dr. Chad Brooks, paintball extraordinaire, who is graduating to the assassin. He thinks he's the American assassin. And Bill Persinger, who's I don't know I don't know what we're gonna do. They're probably gonna. They would use me for. I'd be a good dummy. You know, target practice. Yeah, you know, and
good dummy.
Yeah. No, they be shooting with them pellets. You know, that's not soft.
Ow.
You know, those things hurt.
Ow.
Those things hurt. You know, and the paintballs hurt. Yeah. And I think I could get rich if I would come up with a balm or a salve that you could rub on the bruises to make them, you know, so they don't hurt as much. But anyway, Clarksville area weather, partly sunny today, 68 for a high, 49 for an overnight low. Right now, we're at 39 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Big 1400 WJZM radio, 40 degrees at 8:01. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Another high-profile media figure brought down by sexual harassment allegations.
On Monday night, we received a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace by Matt Lauer. It represented, after serious review, a clear violation of our company's standards. As a result, we have decided to terminate his employment.
The letter from NBC News Chairman Andy Lack, read on the Today Show by Lauer's co-anchor Savannah Guthrie. In a tweet, President Trump responds to Lauer's dismissal by asking, when will the top executives at NBC and Comcast be fired for putting out so much fake news? The president takes his campaign for the GOP tax bill to suburban St. Louis later today. That bill advances to the full Senate.
Wyoming Republican John Barrasso says it's a good bill.
What bill we are proposing is one that clearly keeps the Republican Party promises to the American people. We'll lower rates. We'll have a simpler and fairer system.
Maine Independent Senator Angus King warns Republicans will claim a hollow victory if they continue to rush this process.
We should not be making the kind of changes we're making now with a process that nobody understands when people can't determine what the results will be.
The Republican-controlled Senate hopes to pass a tax plan as soon as the end of this week. Linda Kenyon, Capitol Hill.
Also at srnnews.com, President Trump is promising to take care of the North Korea threat while not offering specifics. This follows the North's latest missile launch. Pyongyang claims that its newest ICBM can hit the continental United States. South Korea responded almost immediately by launching several of its own missiles. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 79 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 5. This is SRN News. Christmas is not welcomed on Washington, D.C.'s public transit system.
The ad looks a bit like a Christmas card. Shepherds silhouetted on a night sky beneath a big star and the words, "Find the perfect gift." The Archdiocese of Washington was ready to pay big money to have the placards placed on D.C.'s buses and trains during December, but the Transit Authority said no. Officials rejected the ads because they, quote, depict a religious scene and thus seek to promote religion. The Archdiocese has filed a lawsuit. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
A deeply divided federal appeals court in New Orleans has refused to reconsider a ruling that lets Planned Parenthood facilities in the state continue to receive Medicaid funding. The vote was 7-7 among the 14 active judges on the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which currently has 3 vacancies. 2015, then Governor Bobby Jindal moved to block Medicaid funding for the nation's largest abortion business. This is SRN News. Congress set to tackle the issue of sexual harassment head-on today.
The House is expected to easily pass a resolution requiring harassment training for all members and staff. The mandatory sessions were first proposed by Speaker Paul Ryan a couple weeks ago following a hearing in which several female members relayed stories of unwanted sexual advances. And the vote comes just days after Michigan Democrat John Conyers stepped down from his post on the Judiciary Committee pending an investigation into allegations of harassment.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen will update Congress on her economic outlook today and possibly weigh in on the mystery of why inflation has remained persistently below the Fed's target rate. Yellen's testimony today to the Joint Economic Committee could mark her final appearance before Congress before her tenure as Fed chair ends in February. More details at srnnews.com.
Commercial loans, Heritage Bank. Those are the only 4 words you need to know to make your commercial project a reality. Whether it's a new building for your business or a new business altogether, the commercial lenders at Heritage Bank can make things happen so you can make your business a success. Call or stop by your local Heritage Bank office today. At Heritage Bank, we're open for business. Your business.
NMLS number 431499. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Bankwithheritage.com.
The big 1400 WJZM radio, Clarksville area weather, partly sunny and mild, and we're near 70 for an expected high today. A few clouds, 49 for an overnight low. Thursday, chance of showers and a high of 63 degrees, overnight low 37. And Friday, a little cooler, but mostly sunny and pleasant. Expect a high of around 59 degrees. Currently, we're at 40 degrees in downtown Clarksville with a look at traffic. Here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Let's check around the city and the county right at the moment. Looks like 41A Fort Campbell, slow in a couple of spots. New Providence Boulevard, slow in a looks like around the middle of the boulevard. It is slow in that area, but I don't see any accidents at the moment. Riverside Drive, College Street, all very busy, 48 and 13. If you're headed into the city from the county, it is busy out that way. 41A out in Sango is slow, especially with all the construction in that area. Tylertown Road, Trenton Road to 101st Parkway, all slow. 79 St. Bethlehem, slow in a couple of spots. Rossview Road out by the interstate slow, and the MLK 76 connector is slow out by the interstate as well, but I don't see any accidents anywhere in the city or the county at the moment. Now, if you are headed to Nashville this morning, 24 looks pretty good all the way into the Music City. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what lies ahead when you get there.
Well, good morning. We just spotted an accident blocking the center lane on 40 westbound right at the Wilson County, Davidson County line, so be aware of this. In Dixon, there's a wreck tying up traffic. Highway 70 east at Luther Lake. Be aware of that there in the Dixon area. It's heavy out here on the interstate, where you pretty much would expect this time of the morning, especially 24 up through the Hickory Hollow area. If you're looking for the best bargains, check out GimmeA5.com. They're in Clarksville, Lebanon, and Dixon with more locations on the way. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together here on the Big 1400 WJZM. It was brought to you by Heritage Bank this morning. It is 8:08. It is Wednesday, 11:29, and that means it's time for the second hour of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels.
Calling.
Good morning, Dr. Chad Brooks. Good morning, Bill Persinger from Austin Peay State University. So we're getting ready. It is Governor Wednesday here on the Big 1400, and we're going to talk to Dr. Brooks. He's had a lot of hats to wear over at Austin Peay, but he is currently the interim dean of college and graduate studies and interim associate provost of research. Whew.
That's a big card, yeah.
That's a big card. That's one of them, thick cards, with all that on there.
5x7.
Yeah.
What it really means is he's just a really cool guy.
Oh, yeah. All he wants to do is talk about paintballing. Yeah. That's all he wants to do. But we're going to talk to Dr. Brooks and Bill Persing, who tell us what's going on at Austin Peay State University right here on the Big 1400.
WJZM, Clarksville.
WJZM Radio. It is Governor Wednesday, and we welcome Bill Persinger and Dr. Chad Brooks to the show. Good morning again, gentlemen. How are you all doing?
Great.
Good. Did y'all have a nice Thanksgiving? Did you go home for Thanksgiving?
I was actually in Gatlinburg, Tennessee for Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool. So the rebuild, mean, they're open for business, I know.
They're open for business. The rebuild was great. Dolly and her generosity and the good folks there in Gatlinburg, they've They've done a good job. Everything looks just as good as it always has been.
What, did you take family up there? Yeah.
Myself, I have 2 children and my wife. We went up there and we had Thanksgiving 4 days in a row.
Oh, 4 days in a row?
Yeah, none of my pants fit, so it must have been a good time.
What you remember, huh? Anyway, do you have a good Thanksgiving, Bill?
We did. All my family's here, so we get to stay in town and just see everybody, and have about 30 people at my in-laws' house, and so it's a lot of fun though. It's always good to see.
Is it one of those things where you do it in shifts? Where
no, it's one big crowd. Like we start about 12:30 and then wrap up about 5 or so.
So you have to get there early to map out where you're gonna crash when that turkey.
You gotta stake your location.
When that, what is it, tryptophan? When that tryptophan kicks in.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny because Thursday I was carving the turkey, and you know, our dog, our wonder dog, his name is Wembley, and Wembley was hanging around the table. So every once in a while, you know, a piece of turkey would drop on the floor. You know, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Wembley wants, you know, he needs to appreciate. So of course, later on that afternoon, he just was sleeping, and you know, my daughter said, "What's wrong with Wembley?" And my wife says, "Your dad gave him turkey, and that tryptophan has made him sleepy. So that's all he's doing, you know, because all he did was lay around and sleep, you know." So I guess it did work. But anyway, so you've been at Austin Peay, Dr. Brooks, 13 years?
13 years, that's right.
And you've had a lot of different hats to wear in your tenure at Austin Peay?
Well, I was brought in, like most faculty, as an assistant professor, which is your beginning rank, and I'm in the Department of Biology and taught classes like you should, and it's what Austin Peay does is they empower their faculty with leadership opportunities, and I've just kind of meandered through a journey of opportunities, and I'm now where I am now, which is the Associate Provost for Research and the Dean for the College of Graduate Studies. So 13 years later.
What does that mean?
Well, okay, so the Associate Provost for Research, that individual is responsible for making the environment conducive for all the faculty and staff to do their scholarly activities, either as researching ecology or best practices that can help the environment, or it could be folks in the music department going out and outreaching to the community. It's just making their lives better so they can do those things.
So do you have anything to do with the eclipse?
Well, actually, I was there. I was their personality on the intercom, but Dr. Karen Meisch, the interim dean for the College of STEM, she actually ran the show.
She's been on the show, didn't you?
Yeah, she was one of our first people.
I remember.
Yeah, and she and I are great friends. So yeah.
What do you like best?
Oh, the people. The people of Austin Peay is what's best about Austin Peay. I get that question asked to me a lot. Austin Peay does a lot of what I think innovative outreach to students and families. So we have AP Day 5 times a year where students and families can come and actually talk and mingle with faculty. And inevitably, I get asked, what's the best thing about Austin Peay? And I guarantee you it's the people of Austin Peay. We were remarking off the air a little while ago about how Clarksville and Austin Peay have changed over the years. And I submit to you that, yes, the buildings have changed. Yes, we have new, more dynamic programs that meet the market need of our nation. But really, the people have not changed.
It just seems like, I know there are more of them. And you know, the people, the diverse, I guess because there are more of them, you're more aware of the diversity at Austin Peay, Dr. Brooks, which is something that went to homecoming with some friends, and we had some of the activities, and we went, man, this is not the Austin Peay we grew up with. You know, it's changed a whole lot. You were talking about some of the programs that you've been a part of. Being competitive, Austin Peay has to do some of the things that it's doing to remain competitive. And is that a good thing that schools are so competitive now?
Well, I'm not certain that the word competitiveness needs to be applied. Every university has good-intentioned people who are thoughtful and they want the best for their students. And so we develop programs or new programs with the student in mind so that they will be successful. It is the case that we try to build programs that are competitively unique and distinctive from other schools. That's really, in a lot of ways, to manage resources. The state of Tennessee only has so much resources, and Austin Peay is part of the state. And so we have programs that do not exist anywhere else in the state, not for the purposes of competition, but provide services to the Tennesseans in the most resource, well-intentioned way.
And the other schools, they have something that they're noted for.
Oh, sure they do.
And that are particular to their school. Is that correct?
Sure.
So that gives students all around, the country. We were talking, I think, a couple of weeks ago about the influx of kids from all around, and Austin Peay now has that radius thing where you can get in-state tuition.
250R.
Yeah, and that's a plus.
It is a plus, yeah.
And that draws people. So the idea of being a medical biologist, everybody that comes to take biology is not going to medical school.
That is the case. In fact, a lot of kids who think that they want to go to medical school will not be going to medical school. But frankly, that's also part of the life journey. That's a good thing. I love it when students enroll in Austin Peay and they have aspirations to go to medical school, even though truly in their heart they don't want to do the things that are required to go to medical school. And so on that life journey, they get redirected in all the safe and manageable ways that you should, and then they find what really is, kin to their heart, what they really need to be doing.
It's interesting because you think of biology, and of course everybody wants to dissect the frog, and then, but it progresses to a lot more once you get in college. I remember taking biology, and it was just, it was like, man, what am I doing here? I need to go back and take music appreciation again. I don't know, because this is crazy. It was crazy. And you're right. Everybody that says they want to go to medical school, they should soon find out, maybe I'll just teach, and do something. One thing that I'm sure that you see, Dr. Brooks, is that a lot of people, the reality of majoring in something like, say, psychology, or something like social work, well and good. But if you want to make a living, you need more than that bachelor's degree in social work or that bachelor's degree in biology or whatever.
So it's kind of like an educational inflation that has occurred in our country. 20, 40 years ago, a person could go get a community college degree or something like that and earn a decent living because the educational environment of the nation was pretty much at that level. But in this educational competition market where people are trying to outdo another person for a better job, one of those factors tends to be education. And so it's now the case that a person comes to a university, they get their BS or BA degree, but that's simply not enough to be competitive like it used to be the case. Now, it still is a good degree. And there still are people out there that get a good living off of a BA, BS. But you can tend to make yourself more marketable, more dynamic, more flexible with a master's degree and increase your earning potential by 25% or so, thereabouts, or maybe even double, depends on the kind of master's, of course.
Yeah.
And you're only looking at another 1 to 2 years of education. So it's kind of a good thing to do.
Yeah. Do you counsel students about getting their advanced degrees, masters and doctorate, even doctorate?
All the time. And so, and I'm not the only person, mind you. I'm the dean for the College of Graduate Studies, but every faculty member on campus will have the best interest of the student at heart. And if their life aspirations are, whatever, X, Y, and Z, and it requires a master's, they're going to encourage them to go into a master's or a PhD or some other professional school. And so I'm not the only advocate for this pathway.
Yeah. Dr. Chad Brooks is our guest. He is the interim dean, College of Graduate Studies, and interim associate provost of research. Even though you have gotten your doctorate, you're still learning. You still go to different, I guess, workshops, seminars to help you stay on the cutting edge, right?
I do, yeah, all the time. And so, in fact, I'm going to one next week.
But that's a paintball seminar.
No, I go to play. I don't go. I'm not a practitioner of learning for that anymore. I just go to play.
Yeah, you know what that means, don't you? Yeah, stay away from him. Dr. Chad Brooks and Bill Persinger from Austin Peay State University are our guests. It is Governor Wednesday here on the Big 1400. It's time now for the Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Mr. Appliance on the Big 1400.
WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville. This Sports Now update is presented by Mr. Appliance. Get it fixed fast with a quick call to Mr. Appliance at 931-503-7070.
Well, it is back to the drawing board today for the University of Tennessee after a failed attempt to fill their college football vacancy with Oklahoma State's Mike Gundy. According to college football insider Brett McMurphy, the Vols offered Gundy a 6-year, $42 million contract yesterday, only to be told the longtime Cowboy has chosen to stick with his alma mater. Other candidates still being publicly vetted for the UT job are USC offensive coordinator T. Martin, Auburn defensive coordinator Kevin Steele, and Southern Methodist head coach Chad Morris. That's right, UT football can't seem to make an attractive offer to any of America's high-profile college coaches, but yet they've gotten approval to spend $106 million on phase 1 of an extensive renovation for Neyland Stadium. Yesterday, amidst the backdrop of being turned down by yet another qualified head football coach, the school announced that they have chosen Cope Architecture to begin the design phase of the Reno project, which will include expansion in the South Concourse area, new entry plazas in both the southeast and southwest corners of the stadium, a full-service catering kitchen, open-air suites, and a field-level hospitality area. The actual construction for this project will begin in the summer of 2018. Lastly, today we bring you good news out of Nashville, where the Predators took down the Chicago Blackhawks last night 3-2. Defenseman Roman Josi scored the game-winning goal on the power play to give Nashville their second victory in 3 tries this season against their division rivals. The Preds have now taken home points in 11 of their last 12 contests as they get set to host Vancouver tomorrow night. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Don't despair over that busted stove, broken dishwasher, or out-of-order dryer. Just pick up the phone and call Mr. Appliance. He offers flat rate pricing, meaning there aren't any hidden fees, and he promises an always quick response with same or next day appointments. Mr. Appliance also gives you a complimentary 1-year parts and labor warranty on every household repair. You can book an appointment anytime by calling 931-503-7070 or by going online to MrAppliance.com/Clarksville.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we have another Sports Now update coming your way during the 9 o'clock hour. Brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville. It is Governor Wednesday on the Big 1400. We're talking with Dr. Chad Brooks, who's the interim dean of college and graduate studies and interim associate provost for research. Graduate studies, what does that mean?
Well, we have about 24 different graduate programs at Austin Peay.
And okay, 24 different programs, graduate programs.
That's correct.
Okay, and that means...
So you have a master's in biology, you have a master's in communication with several different types of concentration, you have a master's in human health and performance and healthcare administration, and of course I can keep going on 24 more times.
Okay.
And so these are all graduate programs. Some of these programs are completely online, some of them are face-to-face, some of them are hybrid, some of them can be completed in a year, some of them can be completed in 2 to 6 years, depends on if a person's working. Your typical education ones, so that a teacher can get a pay bump as well as some additional skill sets in their toolkit when it comes to teaching high schoolers or middle schoolers. So that's graduate education.
Yeah, the graduate studies that are set up at Austin Peay, I guess they have to be tailored, and you say you've got 24. So a lot of them are tailored to where, as you said, people who are working, it may take them a little longer, and they can work at sort of at their own pace?
Yeah, so unlike the undergraduate degree, when people graduate from high school and have that typical journey that you think of nowadays where they leave high school and go straight to college, they're basically still in school, if you will, because you're looking at like an 8 to 5 kind of lifestyle. So that particular young adult is basically still experiencing kind of like a high school every 8 to 5 kind of journey. But graduate school's not like that at all. It's meant for working adults.
Yeah. So the structure that's associated with the undergraduate degree, as you said, the high schoolers going to college, is still very structured. but it's loosening up because there are more and more undergraduate classes that people are taking online, correct?
That is the case. We have a huge insurgence of online for the undergraduate folks. But that's kind of a national norm, but just because younger people are more technology-driven, and online is a very technology-driven learning environment. But graduate school also has lots of online programs. 74% of all of our graduate programs are online, and that can allow a working adult to come into the classroom doing something that's convenient to their lifestyle.
That's interesting, you know, that the online programming allows somebody to be able kind of to work at their own pace and never go into the classroom. I mean, their classroom can be sitting in their living room with their computer in front of them. And that, I think that to me, Dr. Brooks, that would seem like that would be an incentive for a number of people who wouldn't have thought about going to graduate school.
That's the case. Now, not all disciplines lend themselves well to an online learning environment. Some, like my own biology, are biology
No,
masters.
you got to get in there with the scalpel and smell that ammonia. I mean, that fluid that they put those
formaldehyde.
Yeah, formaldehyde. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so some fields have a face-to-face, hands-on kind of approach because that's the field. That's you can't digitize that.
Yeah. So you like teaching biology?
Oh, very much. It's very much. It's so much fun to be in the classroom and be part of that awareness journey where you see the light bulb click on or sometimes break.
Yeah, at times, yeah, implode, explode. So that was how you ended up being a marine biologist, a medical biologist, because medical school, you found out that you wanted to go to medical school too.
Right. So I grew up in West Tennessee and then pursued a master's in Middle Tennessee, and then I left the state to join the College of Medicine out in Oklahoma. And I had a pretty typical PhD, MD-like journey, and then about halfway through, I had a realization of what I kind of wanted to do with my life and the type of environment I wanted to work in. And that kind of led me toward a kind of a microbial pathogenesis. So I'm actually a microbial pathogenesis and immunologist. That's my full PhD title. Yeah.
I'm not going to try to say that.
And so then I came back to Middle Tennessee for a postdoc at a university, and then I joined Austin Peay. And practicing at Austin Peay, I get to empower students and hopefully help their trajectories go off to medical school themselves or some form of healthcare career, but also redirect those who probably would be better served in a different area.
The idea, you know, the medical field is booming. And a lot of people might not realize that in Nashville considered one of the best fields for medical research and medical with all the hospitals that they have in the schools.
Since this is radio, you can't see me do anything, but if I had a pie chart, you would see a significant portion of that pie chart being dedicated to the healthcare industry. So Nashville, that's one of their biggest industries. We have over 250,000 jobs just in the Nashville metropolitan area that deal with healthcare. And so we're kind of apropos that you said this, because starting in the spring, we're going to have a executive-style healthcare administration graduate certificate geared just for those healthcare professionals, for them to elevate their game when it comes to HR, accounting, finance, and some of the technologies that are driving healthcare today.
The administrative arm of the healthcare is something that people, they think that, well, I'm in healthcare, and they think, well, you know, are you a medical technician or you're a radiologist, whatever, but the administrative part of it is something that a lot of people find attractive.
Absolutely. There's all kinds of good-intentioned folks who enter nursing or maybe a form of phlebotomy, medical technology, radiation, and they have certain experiences in those fields, and then they're wanting something different. And so they want to basically move into administration because they understand their field very well, but they want to make some changes. They want to live in a different kind of work environment. And so having a graduate degree in healthcare administration can allow that person, empower that person to move into an administrative role.
Yeah. Is Austin Peay still, they used to be one of the top nursing schools in Tennessee? And
well, it used to be. They still are.
Okay. And well, I wasn't as aware of it. My sister's a nurse, and she went to Austin P. But the getting into the nursing program was hard.
Oh.
And very. Now that was competitive.
Still is very competitive. You're looking like a 3.6, 3.7 GPA at the undergraduate level of all the prerequisite courses, and you only get one shot at those courses. So it's a very competitive program, and rightly so, because they only want to produce the best. Many fields, you only want to produce the best, but in the case of nursing, these people are going to be in charge of other people's lives, their children, and so you want to be dead on accurate.
And you see a number of people. I have some friends that are nurse practitioners, and of course their bubble was burst. I couldn't get into medical school, so they became nurse practitioners and physician's assistants. What's the difference between a nurse practitioner and a physician's assistant?
Well, a lot and not much. It depends on where those people are serving in our community, because you can have a nurse practitioner and a PA, physician's assistant, both serving in a family practice type of environment, and a child comes in complaining of sore throat, pharyngitis or something like that, and the clinician, be it a nurse practitioner or a PA, will do the exact same procedures of filling up the lymph nodes, swabbing the throat, and sending that out for a strep test, and basically they'll have the exact same experience. So in those particular environments, there really is no difference. But in other environments, such as in the ER, you might have a PA being in the ER, and they will render certain non-intrusive health care, and they'll have an overseeing MD sign off on that. A nurse practitioner can often do everything autonomously. So they are a little bit more autonomous, in charge of themselves. They can basically run their own clinics. They can also prescribe medicines, nurse practitioners. And so, but the life journey to those particular fields is very different.
Yeah. And anyway, Dr. Chad Brooks is our guest. Bill Persinger's here. So the women play basketball tonight at Dunn Center?
7 o'clock.
How are they doing? You've been to any of the games?
Yeah, I've been to the home games. They played, I think, was it Lipscomb this weekend and won. I believe they're 4-1 right now. So it's a good season.
We had one of our players was student athlete of the week or something. OVC athlete of the week. Didn't Justin say one of them? One of the Austin Peay basketball players was athlete of the week. So the volleyball is the volleyball over?
No, they had the UCLA actually, I believe today. So they got
UCLA
to play out there. So
is that the NCAA?
Yeah, this is the big game, big championship with NCAA. So really excited about that.
So how does that work? Do you know?
I really don't know. I just saw where we got picked was it yesterday or over the weekend? I think they were selected. Seedings, yeah.
And so we had to travel all the way to California.
Yeah, I talked to Cody Bush, who's in Sports Info.
Have to go all the way out to L.A. to play volleyball. Is it going to be in the sand with the ocean?
No, that's a different season. We do have sand volleyball now. Yeah. I don't know if you've been to campus, but
I didn't know
in front of the Dunn Center, we have sand volleyball courts, which are
3 of them
are geared for actual. I think they call it beach volleyball, if I remember right.
Yeah, Top Gun made it famous.
Yeah, yeah. So we're actually our players will actually compete in that at the OVC level now.
And so then Friday we've got the Christmas concert with David Steinquist and friends. It's going to be held at the Mabry Concert Hall in the Music Mass Communication Building starting at 7:30, and all the proceeds go to Loaves and Fishes.
That's right. You can bring 2 cans of food or $5, and that goes to help Loaves and Fishes. So it's they advise to get your tickets early because it always sells out.
Yeah.
And so you can go by the music department any day this week and get those tickets. But Friday night, 7:30.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Be a percussion concert.
And then Saturday, we've got a basketball doubleheader. The women will play the Evansville Lady Aces, at 1 o'clock? And then the men come on at 3. And then are they playing Evansville too?
No, they're playing Alabama A&M Bulldogs.
That's right, Alabama. So that's a full weekend of entertainment. Basketball tonight, and then the concert Friday, and then basketball doubleheader December 2nd, Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock as the ladies take on Evansville, the Evansville Lady Aces, and the men take on the A&M, Alabama A&M. I think they're the Bulldogs.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
Yep.
So anyway, so I appreciate it. Thanks, Dr. Brooks, for coming by.
It's great to be here.
Well, wait a minute. No. Oh. Here it is. So we play this game, Dr. Brooks.
All right.
And I'm going to ask you to participate. John, pull your mic down. You know the deal. You know the deal, Bill. So, the Christmas song you're most likely to hear on the radio is All I Want for Christmas Is You. So we're going to play this game. It's called Yes or BS, Dr. Brooks.
Okay.
And I'll give a statement, and you say yes if it's true, or BS if it's no, it means BS, okay? I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, we talked about this earlier, debuted at number 13 on the charts 65 years ago. So the topic today, Christmas songs. Number one. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus was commissioned by a department store to promote its Christmas cards. Yes or BS?
Sounds like a yes to me.
I'll go with a yes.
BS.
Yes! Saks Fifth Avenue paid for it in 1952, and 13-year-old singer Jimmy Boyd was the singer. The guy who sang You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, also played Tony the Tiger. Yes or BS?
I'm going to say yes.
You're a mean one,
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes,
Mr.
too.
Grinch.
Yes.
Very good. Yes, his name was Thurl Ravenscroft. He voiced Tony Tiger from 1953 to 2004. And all he ever said was, great. That's all he ever said. Made $10 million. That's all he ever said. Last Christmas by the group Wham was the only Christmas song to hit number one on the pop charts. Yes or BS?
BS.
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 Very good. The only song to do it was Christmas Don't Be Late by the Chipmunks in 1958. Last Christmas never hit number one in the U.S. or the U.K. It peaked at number 2, and it was number 41 earlier this year after George Michael passed away. Number 4, the version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the one that most people know isn't the original because Frank Sinatra had the lyrics changed. Yes or BS?
That's a complicated question, so I'm going to say yes, because how else could it be not so complicated?
Bill?
I think that's a great analogy. Yes.
Yeah.
BS.
It is yes. Frank Sinatra did. In 1957, he thought the lines were too depressing, so he had the lines changed. Dr. Brooks, you're good. You're good. Statistically, the Christmas song you're most likely to hear on American radio is still the 1994 Mariah Carey song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Yes or BS?
I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
BS.
It's yes! The rest of the top 5 Christmas songs that you're most likely to hear, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, Jingle Bell Rock, A Holly Jolly Christmas, and It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
When I drove to Gatlinburg, my wife had it on the Christmas channel.
On Sirius?
Yeah, on Sirius. And I listened to that song 7 times.
It's very popular.
It is.
I make no mistake about it. I think the one, Baby It's Cold Out, I hear that all the time.
Too, yeah.
I hear that all the time. I don't know how I didn't make the top 5.
I don't hear him.
Because you don't listen
That's right.
to Sirius.
I don't listen.
You know, and he won't even play Christmas music here on the radio. I don't know. So, all right, Dr. Brooks, before you go,
Sure.
You're the pinball wizard.
Yes or BS?
Oh, I mean paintball, right? Paintball.
Pinball. Paintball wizard.
Yeah, I've been playing for 20 years, so I'm pretty good with it. Yeah.
How'd you get into it?
So in the late 80s, it was kind of a new fad, kind of thing that kind of emerged. These kind of single shot, kind of you have to cock the gun each time.
Yeah, they were back in the day. Yeah. It wasn't as high tech as it is now.
High tech as today, and so basically out in the West, we all just kind of started doing it, and I would play with about 30, 40 other folks, and I just kept on doing it. And then I got offered a sponsorship, and I was in college at this time, and I got to travel a lot on the sponsor, play professionally, and then I kind of got smart and kind of went back to school, and I just kept the hobby ever since.
So, you got to travel. You were sponsored,
right?
You're that good.
I was that good back when I was 20-something, and I could run that fast. And
and crouch.
And small targets. Small targets good.
Yeah, that's right. And get it behind to the right. Go to the right.
Actually, playing paintball is not how good you can aim. It's how good you can position yourself. So, because as long as you can see a bigger profile of your target than they can see of you, you're in a good position.
Yeah. See, I just walk up and they just start shooting me. I can't move. I lumber. I can't move like, they can. So I think that what happened was you talked about medical school and how a lot of the biology students think they want to go to medical school, and then they find out what the price is that they have to pay to go to medical school, and so they decide to do something else. So your challenge was that you wanted to be packing, and you wanted to carry a gun, and you found out what it took, but you say, well, I'll just go to paintball instead, So there was, parallel.
Sure.
Parallel. Anyway, thanks,
guess.
Dr. Brooks. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Come back and see us again. Have a Merry Christmas so we don't see you and your family. Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
We'll see you next Wednesday with another Governor Wednesday here on the Big 1400.
The world-famous 1400 WJZM.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
Are you stressed out about a receding hairline or tired of daily watching handfuls of hair float down the drain? Eliminate hair loss and grow new hair with the all-new Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Restoration Tonic. Over-the-counter shampoos are damaging your scalp and causing hair loss with harsh detergents. Vermax offers natural, botanically based solutions to clean your scalp, prevent hair loss, open up pores, and reestablish hair follicles. Don't be bald. Call Vermax today at 866-620-6000 to get that lush, healthy head of hair you've always wanted. Eliminate hair loss with Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Loss Restoration Tonic. Call Vermax today at 866-620-6000. Call 866-620-6000 now.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksville4-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
Was your New Year's resolution to lose weight, but you haven't been able to accomplish this? Then come to the Doctor's Diet Program at 231 Dover Road. They're open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Doctor's supervised weight loss can be achieved by following the simple diet plan. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds, the Doctor's Diet Program can help. Call them today at 931-906-5555. That's 931-906-5555.
Clarksville Online is where you'll find the latest in Clarksville area news, weather, sports, and current events. Depend on Clarksville Online for crime reports and special events, Fort Campbell news and current events, and the latest financial news. Want sports? Then visit ClarksvilleSportsNetwork.com. Movie listings and weather bulletins? Go to DiscoverClarksville.com. And for all you bikers, visit ClarksvilleMotorcycle.com. You'll find everything you need in the Clarksville Online digital network. Clarksville Online. We are Clarksville.
The Big 1400 WJZM radio. Partly sunny and mild, 68 for a high today, 49 for an overnight low. And Thursday, chance of rain in the forecast, 63 though, still for a high. Friday, a little cooler, but mostly sunny and pleasant, 59 for a high. Currently, we're at 46 degrees. You know, during the holidays, it seems like, especially around Christmas, Starbucks, their holiday cups seem to be a magnet for ticking people off, for outrage. And this year, the cup showed two cartoon women holding hands, and of course, some conservative websites said that Starbucks was promoting the gay agenda. Oh, so Starbucks has just released their second holiday cup this year. It's mostly red, but it has two cartoon hands around a white heart. And you can write or draw in the heart. In the example, someone wrote mom, or you could write, well, I'm not going to write John, but you could write, you know, whatever, Karen or whatever.
Somebody
anyway,
in the family that's close.
And so they say the cup has nothing to do with the controversy over the first one. They always plan to release it, so we just have to wait and see how this gets twisted. But anyway, at your local, I know it might be difficult for you to find a Starbucks in Clarksville.
Have we got one here?
I don't know, John. I heard that there was one in the planning stage, but
I didn't know.
Anyway,
I've never been to
I
one.
bet you Lassiter's has some cups too.
I bet they do too.
Yeah. So, and we do local, so we can do
I
Lassiter's.
go to Lassiter's.
Yeah, the Big 1400 WJZM radio. WJZM Radio, Diana Ross and the Supremes. Did you know that you should throw your underwear away every year?
No.
Yeah. So I'm telling you this because vintage. Yeah, right.
1980.
No, I'm just telling you this because
why?
Here we are at Christmas, and you got to make out a Christmas list. And you were talking earlier about you wanted more than half a ham this year for Christmas.
Yeah.
So you might ask for some new underwear. You should throw your underwear away every year because according to they become a health risk.
A health risk.
They can become, even though you're washing them, old underwear can still develop a buildup of bacteria like E. coli, which can lead to infection. So you need to.
Really?
Yeah. So that's right.
Better go buy some right now then. I'll be back in a little while.
Yeah, okay.
I've got to go over here to the dollar store.
Yeah, he's going to get him some of them Speedos. Some of them Fruit of the Loom. Some Hanes Speedos, yeah. Time now for some good news.
Oh, we need it today.
And it's, it's local.
Yes.
It's kind of local. It's in East Tennessee, and that's still part. I know some of y'all going, nah, that ain't part of where?
No.
It is part of the great state of Tennessee.
It is?
Yeah.
That's where I always hear banjos, so.
Dun, yeah, but, anyway.
I'm scared.
A girl from Maryville, Tennessee named Bailey Sellers. Yeah, she lost her dad, Michael, to pancreatic cancer 5 years ago when she was 16. And before he died, he prepaid to have flowers sent to her every year on her birthday. She's gotten a bouquet and a note from him each of the last 4 years, and it happened again on her 21st birthday this month. But this one was different because it turns out it's his final note.
Oh, no.
It starts with him saying that it's the last one because he doesn't want her to be sad for him anymore. He says he's in a better place. He tells her to stay true to herself and always to live life to the fullest. She's a student at East Tennessee State University now, and after she shared the letter with her friends on Twitter last Friday, it just blew up. In 5 days, it has been retweeted over 360,000 times, and it's racked up 1.5 million likes. She says that she always looks forward to her birthday because she knew she'd get another letter from him. So, in fact, that letter is the last one is kind of heartbreaking. But she's gotten thousands of responses from people supporting her and says that her dad would be proud to know that his last letter had touched so many people.
Oh, that one will get you.
That's a good news story. That's a good news story.
That's a good note.
Yeah.
Even if it is Tennessee.
So you go,
East
girl.
Tennessee.
And Dad, how cool is that you would do that for your daughter?
Nice.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I agree.
I do.
If I could think of doing something so nice, but anyway.
I'll take that one.
But do something nice. You don't have to do something as dramatic as what Bailey's dad did, but you can do something nice to someone.
Right.
We thank you for sharing this part of your Wednesday with us here on Good Morning Clarksville. Hopefully we'll get together again tomorrow. Till then, be well. Bye-bye.